Electric vehicles were supposed to be one of the major puzzle pieces in the effort to reduce our carbon footprint. However, turning this into a reality has been a real struggle for the industry. Companies like Chevrolet have been attempting to make electric cars the norm since the 60s. However, none have been able to shift the market from gasoline to electricity. The title of this article hits the nail straight on the head by stating, "Electric vehicles are the U.S. auto industry's future if dealerships can figure out how to sell them." The article was published March 7th of 2021 by the Wall Street Journal Online. The author, Curtis Whitney, explains the difficulties car dealerships are having when trying to sell profitable numbers. He later goes on to highlight the different levels of enthusiasm between manufacturers and dealerships. Car dealer Brad Sowers is spending money to prepare for the coming wave of new electric models from General Motors. He's installing charging stations, upgrading service bays, and retraining staff in his St. Louis area dealership to handle the technology-packed vehicles. But when he considers how many plug-in Chevy Bolts he sold last year, 9 out of nearly 4,000, it gives him a pause. He says the consumer in mid-America just isn't there yet. When it comes to switching to electric vehicles, his customers drive long distances each day and lack charging infrastructure outside of major cities. As auto executives buzz about the coming of age of the electric car, dealerships witnessed battery-powered vehicles make up fewer than 2% of U.S. auto sales. Past attempts by car companies to expand electric car sales have largely flopped, saddling retailers with unsold inventory. Even now, some dealerships are reluctant to stock electric vehicles en masse. The biggest challenge is that dealers have a bit of a boy who cried wolf syndrome, said Massachusetts dealer Chris Limley. Car companies have promised for years to make electric vehicles mainstream, but produce only low-volume niche models. He said he recalls Ford Motor Company rolling out an all-electric Focus that sold so poorly and stacked up his entire lot. So when dealerships are told this time manufacturers really mean it, it's easy to be skeptical, Mr. Limley added. Some shoppers are also unsure. Joe Daniel, an energy analyst at the Union of Concerned Scientists, said he was determined to buy an electric car, but eventually abandoned the effort after realizing there weren't enough public charging stations near his apartment in Washington, D.C. Without a place to plug in, the purchase made little sense, he added. For EVs to take off, they need to be as convenient as gas-powered cars. That's the whole point of the big purchase, Mr. Daniel said. To solve problems like this, President Biden said he wants to spend billions of dollars to upgrade the country's charging infrastructure as part of a large push to incentivize battery-powered cars. Ford, General Motors, and other major car companies say they're confident in their new electric vehicle offerings and are training dealers to sell and service them. Tesla's incorporated influence on the electric car market has created a new standard for car shoppers, offering an online transaction, a simplified lineup, and no price negotiation. Other electric vehicle startups like Rivani Automotive and Lucid Motors say they'll likewise sell directly to the customers and bypass traditional dealerships.